Okay, guys, now we are going to do the actual tutorial of compositing the two images that I showed you earlier. So let me first show you again the images that I showed you. This is the image that I showed you, and this is the second image that I showed you. So I'll create a new project in PS. This is Photoshop 2021, Adobe Photoshop 2021, and you can just give the name for a preset, and you can say GDUT comp composition. This width and height you can choose according to the size that you want. So default, I'm just taking 786 by 659, and it's created now. Okay, so I'll also try to double click here and then go to the folder and choose image number 1 and image number 2 together, and I'll open it up. So you see this image is larger, this image is smaller, and this is in a different size. So from this, I hope all of you can understand PS. Okay, so this is how it works. Layers. Okay, you should understand the concept of layers first, because it's very important in any compositing. You need to be thorough with the layers. You need to understand how layers works. Okay, so this is a background layer and it is locked. Okay, you see, this is the background layer. So if I want to duplicate this layer, I can just come here and duplicate. Okay, and say for example, if I want to create a new layer, I can create a new layer. This now is the background. Okay, so this layer you can even rename, say GDUT. This layer is the background layer. Okay, so if I hide GDUT, click on background layer and fill any of the colors here. Okay, any color that you want, just for example I'm showing you. Okay, choose any color and you can directly fill this. Okay, I'm pressing just a second. Okay, so there are different types of fills that you can do using paint bucket or gradient. Paint bucket, just fill and drop the paint bucket. Okay, so this is the background. If I drop it here, okay, this is another file. This is the background. Okay, so this is foreground. So if I press Ctrl T, transform, Ctrl T, I can transform. You can see this is how the layering works. This is just to explain you how the layers work. So understand, any layer that is on the top is always on top. If I put it down, background is on top. Why this is not visible? If I just switch off the eye, this will be visible. Okay, so now I don't need this. I'll drop it to the dustbin. I'm deleting. I don't need this to drop it. So this is there. Okay, you can see GDUT comp is our file. This is the file that I have opened. So here this GDUT I am taking to the new file. Okay, I'll press Ctrl T and I'll try to fix this. Okay, if I make it too much big, it won't look nicer. Okay, then I can select the crop tool. I can just crop it to this level, press enter. Okay, now this is done. Now what is the second image that I wanted? This I don't want now. Close it, don't save. What is the second image? The second image is the plane, wrecked airplane. So I'm taking this airplane. This airplane, if I take it there, what will happen? So it will be like this. This is too big. Okay, press Ctrl T, Control minus minus. That is for zooming in and out, control minus, control plus. Okay, you can resize this, enter. Now I want this plane to be here like a rect plane. First of all, check the opacity. This is the opacity. First, just reduce the opacity and see how it looks. Okay, this is how you are going to place this plane somewhere here. Okay, so now go to opacity, increase this opacity. So if you place it here, will it look realistic? That is our task. Okay, so for this you have to remove this. Okay, there are different ways in which you can remove this. First of all, these are the tools that you should be familiar already. These are marquee tools. This is all selection laser tools. Okay, here you have a tool called magic wand tool. Okay, just click on the magic wand, come here, select this. Okay, then you need to feather this. See, if I just zoom and check, you see here this part of the airplane is also selected. That should not happen. Okay, so this has to be reduced. See, everything is selected, so you need to work out on the tolerance level. This tolerance is very important. Okay, so what I'm doing here is, for the tolerance I'll teach you. Say I'm giving tolerance as 15, enter. Now if I click, you see the difference. Okay, there is a very thin faint outline. Okay, press space bar and then you can move and check. Okay, or if you still want more tolerance, less tolerance, give 10. Now select, you see this is looking perfect. Okay, for the same tolerance, press shift and you can select the in betweens also like this. Okay, the see-through part wherever you want. Okay, this part. Just check if there is any other white available. Here, press shift, join this. Anything else? No. So here, press shift and F6. Shift and F6. Function 6. Okay. So here you need to give the radius. I'm going to give the feather radius as 2 here. Give OK. Delete. And control D. Control D for deselect. Now you can see the border. There is something in the border. I'll select the marquee tool. I'll release the border. Press spacebar and you can slightly move. Okay, now control shift I, inverse. You are going to delete this area. Control shift I. Okay, this area. Then delete. Now control D. Okay, now I have the airplane here. I wanted to place it somewhere here, and I don't want this and the flooring to look different. Okay, so I have to do something here. What can I do? I'll show you how to do that. Okay, see here, this passage that is happening, come to opacity, reduce the opacity. Okay, so I'm keeping it like this. So this part has to be removed. So let's close all the other files. Close this. Okay, this is layer 1. I'll just name it as plane 1. Duplicate, rename as plane 2. So we are going to work with plane 2. Okay, here this part I have to delete. You can choose any tool that you want, polygon laser tool or laser tool. Okay, so keep some points here. Basically, I'm just removing what is not required. Now see, this looks like this is merged with the drainage that you see here. So this part again has to be filled. Okay. So what we are going to do here is use the lasso or use the pen tool. Okay, you can use the pen tool as well. So if you just press P, you get the pen tool. Okay, or from here you get the pen tool. Okay, so here I'm going to define some area where I want this same kind of floor, this mud floor. Okay, so this is wrong, this should not be there, only this should be there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just select this area, and here it's in the background. Okay, we call it as garbage. Control Z, just select the garbage, and here make some curve. It should be curvy. Okay, I have selected this area. Now, if there is something called as clone stamp tool, okay, so we all know what is layering. Insert a new layer, bring this to the background layer. In the foreground layer, okay, clone stamp. Okay, clone stamp will always clone what is here. Okay, so you can reduce the size by pressing the brackets that are there next to alphabet P. Next to P, there are closed brackets, open bracket and close bracket. Okay, click this, press Alt, click here, then come to this source, and you see you can just paint like this. Okay, click anywhere, again click here, click somewhere, click in this layer. So like this you can start painting. And this painting should happen inside the selection that you have made. So use this, click here, and continue the same. When you click on the clone stamp, you see the plus mark here. That is the identification mark for you. Okay, you can see. So I have just cloned like this. Alright, you see here. Now from this one, whatever you want you can do. So this is the area that we have cloned. You can see this is the area that is cloned, and this is the another layer. Okay, if this patchwork is visible, you have to just retouch the patchwork. Click here or click here, go to the clone stamp tool, press Alt, then do the patchwork. Okay, this part is done. Press F, F, F. Now click outside. Okay, now you can see the rect plane here, and this area again you have to repeat. Whatever area is visible here has to be repeated. Okay, so for this again press F. This area should be selected now. Okay, what did we do? We used pen tool. Just press P, click here, join the edges, select the area that you want, leave the building, So till whichever part you want, you can select. And again come to path, control click. This is the area where you are going to do the cloning. So for cloning, I'll select from here and then do the cloning. And maybe from this, clone, this, clone, alt click, clone, alt click. So this is how you have to clone. You need patience. You need to do it slowly. You should not be in a hurry. Okay. And this patchwork again has to be done. Click here, do the patchwork. Path should not be visible. Then come to this layer, click here, do the patchwork. Okay, you see now the entire floor is changed. Okay, and even here if you want you can do a little bit of patchwork. Just click, do the patch. Okay, you can see here the patchwork is done. Okay, now this aircraft and this color tone has to be merged. Okay, if there is anything to be done to this aircraft, you can do. Say if you just wanted to adjust, press Ctrl U. If you want to adjust the hue saturation, you can see here. You can make slight adjustments to make it stand out. Okay, so I've made a little bit of adjustments to this. Okay, so this is a composition. When somebody sees, they should believe that, oh my god, this has happened really, some wreck has happened really. Okay, and say for example if I want to search for some images from, you can choose any website that you want in China. So I'll use Google, probably fire burning PNG. PNG is portable network graphics. I go to images and here probably I look for some images. Open this. Let's check whichever works. Not all the images are free. Let's see if it is free, we will use it. This is having boxes. No, I don't want. This is not so good. So PNG transparent. I look for some images which is transparent. Let's take 2 3 images and then merge it. This is how you have to search for images because you won't get it in single stretch. You need to be searching for it. Open, or I'll just copy image and in Photoshop I'll paste the image. Okay, I have pasted the image. Now when there is a white background here, you have some options here. Okay, see this is normal. What you see here is normal. Okay, I'll first fix the size of this. Let me put it like this. Okay, the center from normal. Okay, you have so many options here: dissolve, darken, multiply, color burn, linear burn, dark color, lighten, screen, dolls, linear dolls, lighter color, overlay, soft light, hard light, vivid light, linear light. Okay, like this. When a layer interacts with the other layer, you get different outputs. You can see here. Okay, so when you have a layer and if layer 1 interacts with another layer in a different blend mode, okay, it's giving you a different output. Okay, you can easily identify here. Okay, so here what I do is I'll just press W, uh, or okay, this is selected. We will just uh, go for magic wand and press Shift F6, maybe making it 3, and delete. And in betweens, press Shift, choose the little whites here and there, just remove the whites. We don't want whites to be there. Make it feathering 1, Shift F6, and delete, delete, delete. So I've deleted it. Now I'll go to image, adjustments, brightness, contrast. I'll just make the contrast higher. I'll press Ctrl T, rotate, place it properly, press, you can squeeze it, hold Ctrl and you can squeeze in whatever ways you want. I'm just fixing it on top. Alright, this is fixed. Now press Shift plus. This is the blend modes that I was doing earlier. Different blend modes gives you different feel. You need to find out which is pretty much suitable for your scene that you are making. This is normal. Okay, so when it is in the normal, I press number in the keypad. Okay, see 2 means 20%, 3 means 30%, you can see here. Okay, 4 means 40%. Okay, 5 means 50%, 6 is 60, 7 is 70, 8 is 80. Likewise, you can play around. Okay, play around with the foreground and background. So based on the reality that you are going to make, you need to choose how you are going to make it. Okay, if this fire doesn't suit, you can take any other fire material which is actually having some transparency. Okay, even paint the images. If there is transparency, actually it will look nicer. Okay, depends on what type of image you are choosing. So I'm just trying to download this. Download, save. Let's see how it looks. This one, drag and drop, or okay, dragging and dropping. Yeah, this is absolute PNG. Absolute. Okay, this is the difference. I can see now. Now you can hold control, stretch it, squeeze it, just to give a depth. And make the opacity lesser. I'll just align this to the top to show that the top is burning. If this burning has to be visible, your background has to be darker. Go to adjustments for the background layer, reduce, 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 make it darker. If it is darker, the foreground will look nicer. Select the plane layer, image, adjustment, brightness, contrast, make it darker. Okay, and choose this fire, duplicate. Now take it, just squeeze it here and there, change the shape, make it a little bigger, and rotate. Keep it wherever you want. Probably here, if you want to show that it is burning inside this place, if I want to show that it is burning, or maybe this place, if I wanted to show that it is burning, what I'll do is I'll just go select the lasso tool, choose the plane layer, and here, 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 yeah. Now delete. Okay, Control D, choose this fire, bring it down to the plane layer. Okay, it's literally there, it's here. You have to bring it here. Okay, Control D. Sorry. So this is the one, right? Okay, just press Control T and then you can easily move it. You can see the fire in the gap like this. See, the fire is there in the gap. It's burning inside. Like this, you can composite the whole scene. So what you're seeing here is a complete composite where in the GDUT campus there is a rect plane and the plane is having a fire and the fire is burning. This is a still image. You can make videos also. I'll be teaching you how to make the videos as well. Now as far as this lesson is concerned, you can do a lot. Okay, similarly I can quickly show you another quick example of, I will take this gonzo circle and I'll take a speedboat. These are simple compositions. There's already a speedboat here, and I also will take this speedboat, drag drop. This is a PNG. Okay, I've taken a PNG, so it will work automatically. And I'll press Ctrl T, resize, place this here. Okay, I also wanted to make it more realistic, more realistic. So what I'll do is I'll just zoom this. Look at the waves that are coming here from the other one here, right? So what I'll do is I'll just make a lasso here in the background like this, like this. Yes. Press Shift F6, make it 4. Shift F6, maybe make it 12. Control C, Control V. So now I have just pasted the trails here, you can see. Okay, press V and then you can drag, then you can rotate, and then you can give it here. Now you see, wow, this is also leaving some trails, isn't it? Press E for eraser, brackets for big, small. Okay, you can erase this blanks if you don't want. like this. And even this area, something is there, isn't it? So this I'll duplicate layer 2. I'll take layer 2 here, make it, sorry, hold control and make it bigger like this, a bigger line like this, and here too. Now just place it here. Enter. Use the eraser here. The eraser should be soft. Choose this. Like this. So now see very quick composition here. If somebody sees, they should think it's real. Okay. Select this. Press eraser. This eraser can be made softer, isn't it? You can just choose the type of brushes that are there. Okay. The hardness you reduce. Once you reduce the hardness, this will become soft. You can see it's very soft. Okay. So it looks real. If you want this to be a little bigger, choose this, make it a little bigger, or press Ctrl and you can just drag like this. Yep. Okay. Many a times we also need some kind of reflections, isn't it? For reflection, this is boat. So I'll just duplicate this, Control T, sorry, undo, shift, drag like this, and just keep it like this. Press 2, 1, probably 1 is fine, isn't it? So see how quickly we were able to make a composition. This looks real, isn't it? So this is how compositions are made. Okay, so that's the reason why I told you guys that you all should do a classwork. Okay, so what are going to do for the classwork? I already have explained you what has to be done for the classwork, isn't it? So now, after watching this video, each one of you should go out. Okay, go out, but don't go outside the campus. Stay inside the campus. Shoot picture number 1. Okay, so your picture number 1 should be like this. Okay, shoot one picture like this and shoot, come back and then use the tree that I have given you. Okay, this tree, use this tree. You have to place this tree in your image, somewhere in your image. Composite, use proper rocks, fill the ground with mud and all, and make it perfect. I need an output like this. Okay, and you also should have completed the practice exercise. Practice this in the class. I will ask everybody to screen share when I come for the live class. Alright, I hope it helps and everything is clear. If there is any doubt, you guys can get in touch with me during the online class. And that's it for the day. And all of you, come and go out and start shooting. Do something great. Thank you. See you. Bye bye.